Sure. The
All right, everyone. Now, my name is Angela Valentine, and I am a Google for Education certified trainer, and that means I work with kids K through 12, teachers in the system, in the education system, as well as I'm partnered with Joyce Burgess with the National Black Home Educators, which is my passion because I'm a homeschool mom as well. My son Dorian, who's on the line with us, is 11 years old. He's in the sixth grade. We're here in Chicago. So, what I love to do is teach technology subjects. I bring the Google for Education platform to homeschools, and the same thing they're doing in the school system with the technology and the Chromebooks and Google Docs and all that other stuff and projects I bring to NBHE, and I'm glad to do that. So a part of what Joyce and I decided to do is to have more activities for the kids. We're all at home, right? So, and even the public school system, we're all at home pretty much. You know, there's some that are going back in hybrid or full time or whatever they're doing, but there's a lot of learning that's taking place at home these days. So, one of the things we wanted to do is as a part of our PATH program, if you've been following us on our Facebook, your parents have been following us on the Facebook page, PATH, Parents as Teachers at Home, we're bringing supplements, we're bringing tools, we're bringing things that will help parents teach your kids at home. So one of the things I wanted to do is I'm like, we got to get our kids together. I only have one son, and I'm like, I want him to get online and play with other kids and meet other kids, and let's do some fun coding stuff. Google gives me all this cool stuff, and I just need to put it in front of some kids. So I have something for all levels. So that's why I said everyone can come to this particular um, Zoom and this coding, and we can all learn what we can, see what we know and see what we need to know, or just start from the beginning. Like I said, I have something for all levels. So the first thing I'd like you to do, if you can ask your mom, Miss Melanie, to come back to the screen real quick. I need her. Hey, you can join in with us if you like. You can sit in and watch with us if you'd like, or you can just leave him. He's in good hands. If you would, for me, just type your son's name and where you guys are zooming in from, what area, what state or whatever you're coming in from. We're from Chicago. I see Sebastian is from, let's see, let me pull up the chat here. And you can unmute and talk to me if you'd like. If you got background noise and you want to stay on mute, that's fine. Either way, let's see, where's my chat? There it is. Can't find my chat button. Opalupus, did I say that right? That's Louisiana, isn't it? I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. What state is that? Say again? Okay, near Pittsburgh. Very good. Good, 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 good. Okay, so I wanted to say to you also, Melanie, that we're looking to pull together a parent forum within NBHE. We want to get ideas. We've got ideas from parents. We've got parents that are gifted in certain areas, and we want to start having more online activities. Um,
wonderful,
because
wonderful.
what I bring to the table is one thing, but what someone else may bring to the table, we want to get our kids, as fully loaded with this education as we possibly can, because I'm
Absolutely.
just all for not only our kids being up to scale, but I'm for them being leaders right now.
Yes.
And
Yes.
all the reports are saying that because of the pandemic, they're all falling behind. The ones that were behind, they're falling further behind. And of course, it affects our minority brown skin communities more so than anyone else. So I'm like, not on my watch.
Exactly.
If
Yes.
I didn't have anything to say about it, we're gonna come out of this better. So
Right.
I appreciate the kids that are at the table today and your parents for allowing you to come, but we want this group to grow. Um,
Yes.
and we did the hour of code in December for the week of computer science. But I said, we're going to keep this stuff going. We're going to keep it going. So thank you for being at the table today and being in this meeting. Help us spread the word. Help us get more kids to the table. I'm expecting actually some more kids to be on here. But if not, I knew it was kind of short notice for Joyce to get this out to everyone. But we're going to do it again next week. That'll give us a week to promote it as well. And
Right.
then as the parents come to the table, we can talk about when we could get this on a regular schedule for NBHE. And I want a separate time just for the parents to come. and we can brainstorm and we can talk and we can work together about what your kids' needs are, right?
Sure.
So,
Great.
Good. So thank you.
Yes, Joseph wants me to remind everyone he likes to be called Dre. He has his anime name. That's what he is.
Okay. We can do that, Dre. Dre, how old are you again?
11.
11. Okay. 11's in the house. 11, 12. Okay. Great. All right. So this is what we're going to do today. Did anyone have a question? Okay, so this is what we're going to go ahead and get into this. And every time we do this, I may bring something different to the table, but I want you guys feedback as well as what I'm going to do. Last time we did an animation in Scratch. How many of you have computer experience already? Who has computer experience? Oh, good. You can raise your electronic hand at the bottom. You can do like this. Raise your hand or thumbs up. You see how I'm doing that at the bottom of the Zoom? Or if I can see you, if your camera's on, I can see your hand. Have you done Scratch? Was it through Scratch? Or do you remember what it was? Or just basic coding? Here we've done Scratch. If you have an iPad, you may have done, Dorian, what's the one on the iPad? Playground, Swift Playground. If you have an iPad and if you've done the Apple Camp, it may have been Swift Playground because that's their platform. Okay, different applications. I hear you. Very good. Tell me again, Sebastian, what grade did you say you were or your age? So I'll know what range to kind of put you in. Here comes Layla. See, did she get in? Here she comes. Yeah, gotcha. Wonderful. So yeah, white hat junior, familiar with that. Very good. Okay, Dre, great. So there are, let me just show you, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Whenever you're just sitting at home and you wanna do some coding, this is the first place that I go to because it has like everything there. Let me share my screen. Okay, Joyce is coming in. Let me go ahead and share my screen and I'm going to show you some of the things that I use. Oh, okay, I still got my timer going. Hold on. Okay, people are chiming in. Okay, hold on. Let me get everyone in and I'll share my screen again. Hold on before I get too far into this. Good morning, Mrs. Burgess. Joyce Burgess is on with us, and she is the founder. She and her husband are founders of NBHE. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
Great. I heard someone else ding in. Did I get everyone in? I think there's, hi, Layla. Good morning. Layla's my niece from Tennessee. We've got Sebastian in, we've got Dre in, and Dorian. I don't know if he's on his little cell phone over there, so I don't know if he can get his camera. We don't want the interference.
Nice.
So thanks everyone for joining in. I'm just trying to make sure I heard a little ding. I want to make sure I got everyone into the room. I was just about to share. So we did have an hour of code in December with NBHE, and we're going to do a lot more of these because I want you guys to be coding experts. We're going to get you certificates. We're going to get you a lot of good stuff because by the time we get through all of this, I want you to be experts in this area. Okay. Now, let me share my screen. One of the first things that I do when I'm looking for coding material, I go to hourofcode.com. This is the organization that sponsors, of course, the Hour of Code. It's sponsored by code.com. And they have all kinds. All you have to do is go to here to activities and look at this. They have all kinds. If you like Minecraft, any of you guys, girls, guys like Minecraft, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I see you, Sebastian. Who else likes Minecraft? So we've got Minecraft here, Code Spark. Look at Star Wars. Any of you Star Wars fans? I know a lot of kids that are Star Wars fans. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mrs. Burgess, she's Star Wars. Great. Frozen for the girls. I think Layla loves the Frozen, the little Let It Go song. I'm not going to ask her to sing it, but I bet she can. You like Frozen, don't you, Layla? So there's Anna and Elsa here. And let's just go down. So there's, depending on what your interests are. Okay, we did the Google with the Hour of Code. We did a Google exercise, which I'm going to get you involved with Google. You're going to love Google by the time we're done. Here's Moana. Now that's kind of my favorite, to be honest with you. I kind of like the Moana movie and the songs in there. That's one of my favorites. Cartoon Network. I know you're probably familiar with Cartoon Network. They partnered up with Scratch. Yeah, I see you. They partnered with Scratch. Scratch is my favorite coding platform too, and we'll get into Scratch. So Side Girls, Code Quest. We really want to get a whole bunch more kids on this call, but especially girls too. We want to make sure we have enough girls in here because girls need to be involved with computer science. And sometimes girls are like, you know, that's kind of techie and sciencey and whatever, but there's some cool stuff in here for girls as well. I can hear you, so please don't do that right now. Thank you. Pac-Man, I'm kind of like Pac-Man, you know, that's one of my favorite things because that was what they had, you know, when technology was just getting on the scene. We had to go and buy and do these big, what do you call them? Pac-Man, like arcade machine things. So that's, you know, kind of nostalgic to me. There's Barbie. Look at all this stuff here. This is just crazy. It goes on NBA. All right, WNBA. Got any basketball fans here? Good, good, good. So there's all, I'm still scrolling. Look at this. Harry Potter. Yeah, I mean, forever and ever. So what I do every now and again, I have my favorites that I go to, but if you're just bored and you want to check some stuff out, come to hourofcode.com. Music, if you're music fans, you like doing a garage band and some electronic music formats, we've got all kind of stuff here. So there's something for everyone here. Khan Academy. Look, if anybody doing Khan Academy, we're doing a little bit of Khan Academy. There you go. I see you. I see you, Dre. I see you, Sebastian. Very good. So wonderful. There's even Garfield. Wow. I'm still scrolling. I'm just talking and scrolling. I'm halfway through the page. You see the little scroll bar here? I'm just halfway through the page. Oh, look at this, Miss Joyce. There's English biography. There's President Barack Obama. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So again, on and on. If you need to do multiplication, practice on your multiplication and do coding. I mean, okay, I'm not going to keep talking because I'll be 30 minutes just talking about everything that's here. But I did want to show you where to go when you're just at home and you want to pick up coding. I don't know if coding is in your curriculum, but if you want to just spend some time just learning coding on your own, this is where you can go to do it. If you need your parent to help sign up an account for you, please do that. But if you're 13 and above, I think you can go here on your own. Search by your grade level, and it will sort through and give you, you know, recommendations based on your grade. Okay. Cool. So that's where you can find coding all day, every day. People ask me, where can I find coding for my kids? Or where can my kid learn coding? Okay, so not Scratch, but hourofcode.com is one. Scratch is another. Let's just start with, let me show you. I got to show you Scratch because it's my favorite. Scratch also. So it's loading my project. I don't want it to load my project. Let me just take you to the beginning. So what I have done, I have actually set up a coding club within Scratch, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get down the road, because I would like as we get more accustomed and more advanced in our coding, this will let you go in and set up your own games, if you like to code games, things like that. Dorian, should I show them our game that we did, Dorian? What do you think? Let's see if I can find it. It's our scratchy game. You know, not our scratchy game. What do we call it? What's the little fishy game? The fishy game that we did. Show them real quick. And Layla's brother was on here. This is our site where we did it. Let me see. Oh, we've also done things like the Doodle for Google contest. There's so much we're going to do together. It's going to be really, really crazy. Let's see. Okay, let's see. If it's not here, then I'm not going to waste time and try to find it. But I've got resources that I want you to, here it is. This is the game that Dorian and I, this was our very first coding game that we put together and did through Scratch. So it's kind of cool. So the object of this game that we built is that at the time, this was like 2 or 3 years ago, the fish has to eat the banana. We selected the fish and Dorian wanted them to eat bananas. Okay, don't ask me why. Okay, but once the fish eats the banana, you take your mouse and you get the banana, you get a point. But if the little stingrays touch, you got to work around the stingrays because they're swimming around too. So you got to work around them and you got to find the banana. But if the stingrays touch you, then you lose and it starts over again. But you try to get a high score. Okay. So this was a cute little game that we made in Scratch. And it's actually sitting there for other little kids to play. And we learned how to code it. So it was a lot of fun. So this is the kind of stuff that I want us to get into as we get more advanced. I want you to create your own game and share it with us. And we're going to share it with other kids and we're going to play it. Okay. So that's kind of the stuff we're looking at doing as we move forward. Does that sound like a lot of fun? I want your ideas too, right? Is that something you think you'd be interested in? Give me a thumbs up or type yes in the chat or no if you have some better ideas. Let us know. No problem, right? No problem. Did we lose Layla? I'm trying to see if let me just pause one. Oh, there she is. Hi, Layla. I didn't see. Are you there, honey? Can you say hello? Make sure you're connected. All right. I see her there. I think she's okay. All right. So the next thing I want to do, the thing we're going to focus on today is an app that teaches you JavaScript. Has anyone done JavaScript before? Yes, no, a little bit, maybe? Okay, very good, Sebastian. JavaScript is one of the there are a lot of popular ones, but JavaScript is like high on the list, right? So if you learn JavaScript, it gives you a good foundation to coding overall. And then we're going to get into, like, Scratch is fun, you know, we'll do the fun stuff too. But today I just want to just touch what's behind these games, what's behind these fun things, and look at the language of coding, just on a little bit to get you a little bit of introduction to that. The best app that I found to do that is called Grasshopper. Has anyone done the Grasshopper app? It's actually made by Google. It's grasshopper.app. And also parents, if you have a smartphone, then you can download the app because it's available on Google Play and Apple phones. And that's what I do. They really want you to do it on the app anyway, but they did the desktop version too, which is, I kind of like it too. So depending on your taste, whatever you like, your preference, you can go to the store. I have an iPhone. So I'm going to the App Store, or you can go to the Google Play Store and you can, let me stop real quick. Stop share. Oops. And I'll show you how it looks on your cell phone. And you can actually, I don't know if you can see that, but it's the Grasshopper coding app. I know there's a glare because the window, there it is. Grasshopper Learn to Code. It's got a grasshopper on it, right? And it's the same thing. You'll have to sign in, create your account. But if you sign in on your phone, when you go to the app, it'll tell you to sign in and you can keep your progress. So sometimes I like to do it on the computer. If I'm sitting here on the computer, I want to do a couple of levels. And then if I'm, out traveling or something and I have my phone, I can pull it up on my phone and keep going with the lessons. Once you get to a certain level, it'll give you a certificate and you'll get a Google certificate for learning code. I want everyone in this group to get a certificate. So you can say, I got a certificate for doing coding, right? We want you to learn to do it, but I want you to get some certificates behind it, right? That's the point. So let me go back again. Again, that's Grasshopper. When you search for it, there's some other Grasshopper stuff that comes up, but this is the one that says Grasshopper Learn to Code, and it's by Google. So that's how you know. It'll say Google LLC. Okay, make sure you get the right. And it has the Google Grasshopper. I showed you the icon. Okay, so let me share my screen again, and let's go back to the Grasshopper app. Okay, so I want us to practice with just a little bit of coding with the time that we have left. You can watch me and help me do it. Or if you'd like to go ahead and set up your own account with your parents' help if you need it. Sebastian, I think he can do his own. Just sign in and just start with the lessons. It's going to take you on a little path. And let me just show you how that'll happen. You can just, if you're on because unlike the desktop version, I'm going to show you this today. Someone had a question? Someone speaking? Let me know if you have a question. Jump right in there, okay? All right, let me show you how this works. Go to Grasshopper, 2SPER.app, A-P-P, Grasshopper.app. That's how you get to the Grasshopper on the desktop. If you do it on your phone, you can do it on your phone and follow along too, okay? The lessons are gonna be the same, all right? I'm gonna start coding today. This is the first thing you'll see if you've never done this before, if you've never signed in before. Now it's going to ask me to sign in with Google. It's a Google product, right? So they're asking you to sign in with your Google account. If you don't have a Google account, don't worry about it. You can do it on your phone, and I don't think it asks you to sign up with Google. I'm not sure. I forgot. I just installed it and it opened up. Okay. Let me know if you have a question. Someone have a question. I'm trying to watch the chat too. I need a chat moderator. Can you write? Oh yeah, I can put the URL on there. Good idea. Grasshopper. Let me actually get, let me see if it'll do it. I want the whole, yeah, I want the whole HTTPS. I want the whole thing. So hold on. Okay, click that and it should open up into a second tab. You'll have Zoom still open, but it's going to open up another tab. I usually work through Chrome. Every time I get on my desktop, I open Chrome. So it's easier for me to do Google stuff on it. So if you click that link, it should open up a separate tab and take you to this page that I'm on, that I'm getting ready to sign into, okay? You can do this now with me, or you can do it later, or like I said, you can download the app and follow along on the phone, on your phone, your smartphone. Either way is good. Okay, all right. Okay, Miss Joyce has a message to you guys too in the chat. You can talk to each other in the chat. All right, so I'm going to sign in. Let me know if you have a question, all right? You can speak up because I'm watching the screen. Sometimes I see the chat, sometimes I might miss the message, but if you have a question, just chime in, unmute and chime in, okay? It's okay. All right, I'm gonna sign in with Google. All right, and I'm going to use my ADB Scholars account, my Gmail account, whatever Gmail account you're on, it'll just let you sign in, okay? And then all you do is you get started. There's some other stuff here, other levels that will unlock, like animations. I know Dorian is really excited to get into animations because he likes to draw. He likes to draw Sonic. One day I'm going to get him to show you his Sonic drawings, Sonic the Hedgehog. And he makes animations with, what is it, Power Director? He uses Power Director and he does some, he's got a YouTube channel. What is it you use? Flip a Clip, and he has used Power Director and Flip a Clip. He's got a YouTube channel where he does all these animations. But whatever, I want him to learn how to code the animations, right? So we're going to get into that very soon. So it shows you how to kind of level up into these things. But for today, we're going to do the first lesson in getting started. So I can show you how to do that. So you select Get Started. Get Started. Oh, okay, Dre has a YouTube channel. Hey, we need to connect. I want to see all you can, because guess what? I've got another surprise for you guys. I'm working on a very special project. I'm trying to get a famous YouTuber to come and be our guest on one of our programs, but I'm not going to talk about it. But just hang on. I've got some cool stuff I'm working on, I'm not going to put it out there yet because I haven't got a commitment, but I'm working on inviting a famous African-American YouTuber to one of our programs. So just, you better be coming to these meetings so you can see him. But anyway, okay, that's a side note. Okay, now, once you get into here and you click that start the project, it'll kind of walk you through a little tutorial. Here you'll find the instructions for each step in the project. Okay, all right, put you guys' photos down. This center area is where your coding will appear. That's what we're going to write a little bit of coding today. And then the bottom, it kind of helps us out when we first start. When I first learned coding, oh God, I'm not going to tell you how many years ago, but when I was in college, in high school, and I was learning coding, I had to write out everything at first when I was learning it. And that's fine, you can do that too, but they start us off with giving us the coding parameters. They'll give us the commands for us, and we don't have to write it out, which is good. But at some point down the line, you'll be writing your own code, but they help us out when we first get started, which is cool. Okay, so here we can see how our code compares to the example. So in this platform, it's going to tell us, this little blue area here is going to show us what to do. And then we have to go down here. We have to code it in the white area, and then it's going to show us what our solution looks like. So, you know, we can compare, did we get it right? Did we do it exactly as the example? So they'll give us an example, and then we'll go and we'll pick the functions and codes and things, and then we'll run it and see if our solution looks like what they're asking us to do. Got it? Yeah, we got it. So here's what we're going to do. You can watch me and help me pick the right things, or you can do this in your separate tab at the top. Okay, and then you can share your screen, but watch me do the first one, okay? And then we can go from there. So it's telling me, we're going to, first of all, let's look over here. We're going to create the French flag. We're going to code it. Let's start coding. In this puzzle, we're going to draw the French flag with code, okay? The very first function that we learn is the draw box function. So all the draw box, I think of draw box as pixels. Like if you ever blow up a picture or a screen or whatever, you see little squares, and the little squares has colors in them, and that's how they make, you know, the graphics. So to make one square, it's called, in JavaScript, it's called draw box. It's called the draw box function. Okay, so what we do, as we can see here, we've got draw box, and then we tell it what color to make that box. So for example, we've got draw box blue, draw box white, draw box red. So what it did is there's a blue box here, a white box, and a red box. Okay, this is what it should look like, and this is what we have so far with our code, and we have to make it look like the top one. So our code is already here. And when we wanted to return and go to the new line, we just put the command new line in there, okay? So let's look at this before we start coding. This one is, and I don't know if we could divide this in half. It's just a square. It's just two lines of squares. One is draw box blue, draw box white, draw box red. Then it's a new line, because we're going to bring it back to the beginning. So we have to tell it to make a new line, and then make a draw box blue, draw box white, and a draw box red. Got it? So now, if I were to, I can just show you, this is where we edit and make our own code. I can go and take all this out if I want to, right? If I run it, I have nothing. You see, when I took it out, it took everything out of my solution at the bottom. So let's make this work. So the first thing we need is what? What's the first thing I need there? The draw box function, right? Let's put a draw box there. What color do I need to put in the draw box for this first box? Who knows? What color should I put first? Red, orange, white, or blue? We should put blue, okay? That's the first thing it's gonna do. And if I run this right now, watch what happens. It put a blue square box there. Cool. Okay, now I've gotta get a white box. So what's my function? What am I going to tell it? What's my command? Draw box or new line? You guys can unmute and talk to me if you want to. Draw box. What's the next color? Black, blue, orange, red, or white? What's the next color I need after the blue? I need
Red.
a white. Red?
Or white, sorry.
White. Very good. Let's run it. I can run this. I can wait till I'm done and run it, or I can run it as I go. I like to kind of check and make sure I'm right before I get a whole bunch of stuff on there, right? That's just me. You do it the way you like. Okay, so what's the next step? What do we need next to make it look like this one at the top?
You need to put a draw box red.
Draw box red. We're smoking. Let's run it and see. Look at that. Cool. Okay, let's put our thinking hats on. What's the next step? Look at the functions down here at the bottom. What's the next thing we might need to put? Draw box blue. Draw box blue. Oops. Okay, maybe not a draw box blue. I heard someone say it. I just wanted to do that to show you what would happen. I'm going to backspace over that. What code do I need?
New line.
New line. Very good. So if I do a new line and I run it, okay, it put the little butterfly or little grasshopper. It looks like a butterfly to me. Put a little grasshopper at the beginning of the line. Now what do I do? What command? What do we want it to do next?
Draw box blue, draw box red, and then draw box red.
Let's run it. Look, I got it correct. Yay! That was easy, right? We have just drawn the French flag and we have written together our first JavaScript program. So you all can say, you have participated in writing a JavaScript program. Yay, congratulations. It is correct. And as I mentioned to you, if you get to a certain level within this particular program, it will give you a certificate when you finish like the units. Like if you, this is fundamentals, and you can see the coding fundamentals here. When you finish all the coding fundamentals, it will give you a certificate, right, from Google. So I think that's kind of cool. What did you think about that? Was that hard? Let me stop my share. I think that was kind of super easy. What do you think? Was it easy? Who thought it was easy? Let me see electronic hand or your verbal hand. Easy, thumbs up. Easy, right? Easy. Cool. Shall we go on? You want to do one more lesson? We got time for one more. Let's go to the next level. And this time, who wants to try it on your computer? And then when you do the lesson, you can share your screen with us. Who wants to try it, or who wants to, if you don't want to try it, you just watch me do it because I'm going to try it. Okay, so if you want to try it on your own, take that link and open up a new tab and you sign in your account and you do that first lesson and you do the second. We did the first one together. You do the second lesson, okay? I think it had red, yellow, and green or something in it, but it's on the page. Let me know if you need help. You can share your screen and I can help you sign in to your Grasshopper account. If your mom or dad are there with you and you want an account, have them help you, sign in, and then you can get started with your lessons, or you can do that after. You can do that after. Now that you know where to go. We'll put this in an email out to you so you'll have the link and you can sign up so you can remember where to go, okay? And we'll continue with these lessons. The cool thing about this Grasshopper app, you can work at your own pace. So you can work as fast. Some of you will just, you'll fly through fundamentals and get your certificate. If that happens, share that with us. We want to know that you were able to get that certificate. The rest of you, some of us, I'm going to keep these classes going and we're going to work through these together, okay? Questions? I see Sebastian, he's celebrating. What's going on? You got in? Ah, good. Good. Dre, you got in too? You're in? Or are you going to watch today?
I also finished the first one.
You also, okay. So I want you to go the rest of the time together. Go ahead and go through as many as you can, because I want them to see what happens when they finish a couple of levels. It'll show you how you're leveling up and where you are, and it'll mark your place. So when you sign out and you go back again tomorrow or whatever, it'll keep you on your level. So that's cool. So if you go ahead and do a couple of lessons, then at the end of the class today, I'll let you share your screen if you can, and it'll show us how many you were able to do and what happens when you finish a lesson. That will be cool. Can you do that for us, Sebastian? That'd be great. Okay. Now, Dre and Layla, do you want to watch me? You want to watch me do the other two, and you're going to help me give me the answers? Let's do that. And then Sebastian's going to go and he's going to do some lessons too. So Dre and Sebastian are going to help me do this next lesson. Ooh, we're going to do the Gabonese flag. So we're going to draw another flag. Oh boy, but it's a little different, but I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I think we can put our heads together and do this. One more thing I want to show you as you continue to learn how to do this. You see the letters in blue, functions, arguments. They're telling you what these words are in coding language, right? So if you see a word in blue, I would just go and look at the definition. So a function is it's what tells the computer what to do over here. You see, when I clicked it, it opened up this definition. A function tells a computer to do a certain thing. So for example, draw box told the computer to draw a box, right? So that's what a function will do. So if I say, what's the function we need? We need to tell it what to do. Draw box is a function. New line are the two functions that we have learned so far in JavaScript, because you guys are so smart. Okay, let's look at the word argument. So an argument is an extra information to give a function to tell it more about what to do, right? So for example, draw box. What kind of box? Green box, or yellow box, or red box, or black box, or whatever. So the argument tells it what to do, what to put in that function, right? What kind of function to make it, right? So that's the argument. All right, so I'll start talking to you in code speak language a little bit, okay? So right here in this Gabonese flag, let's look at it. We've got green, looks like it might be 3 greens, and a return or a new line, and 3 yellows, and a new line, and 3 blues. Can we do that? Let's see if we can do that. Will you guys help me with that? So, okay, we've got the draw box green, green, green here. So the function is draw box. Should we just, let's erase it. I like to do it all over so we can figure it out. So let's make this code here. Let's code this flag. What's the first thing we're gonna do? I need Layla or Dre to unmute and tell me the first thing to do, or write it in the chat. What's my function I need? The function I need is, anybody know? I know you're on mute. We're gonna do draw box, right? And let's look at it again. We need what, 3 greens? So let's do draw box green. Then we're gonna do draw box again, green, and draw box green. And let's test it. If we do new line, we don't do new line until we need it on the next line. Good, okay. All right, now we got our greens. You see where the little, I almost said butterfly again. You see where the grasshopper is? What do we want the grasshopper to do? We want the grasshopper to make a new line, right? So we're going to do function new line. So it typed it here. I'm glad we don't have to write this and we can just pick it and it'll type on its own. I used to have to write this stuff out. And then we got a new line. So what's the function we need now? I'm going to go ahead and run it so you'll see that he goes on the new line. You see he went over on the new line right here. Yep, good. What's the next thing we need to do? Can you guys hear me? Unmute your line and tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. I can't hear you. Let's do draw box. And What's the next color we need for the second line? Yellow, right? Yellow. And we have to say draw box again. Yellow, draw box, yellow. Okay, we got 3 yellows. Let's run it. Run our code, test it out. Okay, so our little grasshopper's at the end of the line. So next we need blue, right? So we're gonna do draw box, blue. Draw box, blue. We need 3 blues, right? Draw box, blue. Is that correct? Let's run it. Uh-oh. That doesn't look like this one at the top. What did I need to do? Who knows? You can write it in the chat if you want. If I can't hear you, you can write it in the chat. How do I correct that? That doesn't look like this one at the top. What did I do wrong? Does anyone know? I'm gonna have to back up. And these little keys right here, if you run your code and you see you've made a mistake, you can do the undo button here. Undo. Run the code. Okay. Let's see. Undo, undo, undo. Let's run it again. Okay. So what I didn't do the first time was new line. Remember where the little grasshopper is? I need him to go to the front of the line to make a brand new line. So I'm going to say new line. Then I'm going to draw box, right? Got to tell it. What kind of box do we want? Now we want a blue box. Let me run the code and see what it's looking like so far. Good. So I'm going to draw box again, blue, and just go ahead and go draw box, blue. Cross your fingers, guys. Let's see if I did it right. Woohoo! We've used 2 different functions to create the Gabonese flag. Yay! This is cool. This is cool. All right, I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to stop it right here. I'm sorry I couldn't. Okay, Miss Joyce has her hand up. Yes, Miss Joyce. You want to unmute? Unmute. We can't hear you.
I'm new to this, just like the children are, so I feel like a 10-year-old.
I know, right?
What's a Gabonese flag? Is that a country or something?
It's a country. Yeah, we should do a little research on that. I haven't heard of that one either, but yeah, I'm almost sure it's a country somewhere.
Gabonese is a country?
Yeah, I'm sure somewhere.
Okay.
We should look it up, right?
What you say, Sebastian? Tell him to unmute.
Can you unmute?
Yeah, hi. To me, it seems very much of like a traditional, like maybe like Latin American flag.
Okay.
But maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, one of the things I had my children do was we drew flags of other countries. I don't want to get off on that, but I was just interested if that's an actual flag, if that's what it looks like for that country.
It is. I'll share my screen.
Okay.
Which in a case like this would be a teaching moment for me and my kid, right?
Oh.
There it is.
Not Latin America, but like the second closest continent, Africa. Well, not the closest in location, but the closest in, like, I guess, relativity in like terms of maybe like resources and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So it is in Central Africa. Never heard of it.
Yes.
Never heard of it.
I love it when I'm learning one thing and I learn something else as a bonus. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I also made it into like the second chapter type thing. I reached past it.
You did? Can you share your screen right now?
I forgot to do that.
Okay, so back on the Zoom, if you'll click back into the Zoom tab where we are, and at the bottom of the screen, it says share screen.
Oh, okay.
And And then in the white box that comes up, it'll say like that first box, the entire screen or something like your desktop or whatever it says there. Yeah. And then hit share, and then it'll share. So we can see it. Look at that. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I see your calendar. Where's your coding?
I'm here.
There it
Poland
is.
to San Marino.
Okay. Good. Can you click the grasshopper at the corner and do the back arrow? Because it'll show you your levels that you did. Go in the upper left-hand corner where it says grasshopper and the back arrow in the blue. Yeah. Click that and see if it'll show you what your levels are. Hop back, do the hop back in. That shows you how to get in and out and continue to where you are. It should show you your levels. Okay, it's not showing the levels there. Okay, but okay, good. You got to San Marino.
Oh, it's showing me right here. So between drawing shapes and variables, I just reached the first level in variables.
Awesome.
Like I did all the drawing shapes one.
Look at how quickly he did that.
Wow,
So it's easy enough to get through that first, the drawing of the shapes, and then you go to variables, and then scroll down a little bit more. Then you get to arrays, and then you get down to if statements. Look at all this you can learn. And once you finish this whole operations, once you get to the bottom of that, you'll get a certificate for completing all the fundamentals. Loops,
And climb the Latin is the last one.
Yes.
The final ascent.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? And then you get a certificate. Yay!
Yeah. A piece of paper.
Yeah. Oh, but hey, it shows that you've gone through.
It's a very proud piece of paper.
Absolutely.
It goes on your resume.
Absolutely. So this is wonderful. Someone else is coming in with us. So thank you, Sebastian, for sharing your screen and your progress. Maybe by next week, I think you'll have that level 1 maybe knocked out. Something tells me you're going to get that done sooner than later.
Yes.
And when you do, share that with us, okay? Share that with Miss Joyce in her NBHE email, and we'd like to get that on the site. Maybe the first one that gets to level 1 may get something. I don't know.
Yes,
Hello, Lanina. Lanina, is that you? Hello. Thank you for joining us.
That's Lanina.
Is it Lanina?
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you for joining us today. This was a lot of fun, you guys. Would you like to do this again?
Yes.
You think this would be fun to do again? You want to continue some lessons together?
Yeah.
Yeah, and hey, this is what I'm thinking, because this is how I like to do it. If someone gets on here and you learned something and it was a lot of fun and you want to share it with us, I want you to come on here and share a lesson with us. Teach us how to do one of your lessons. If you go on there, go ahead.
I would like to suggest the ones on the like little module things for like each section are relatively short. So I like to think that maybe for at least like maybe all of us that we should possibly just be able to do one of them each session that we have, at least one possibly.
Absolutely.
Because they're relatively short.
Absolutely. I would encourage you to go like with the Grasshopper app. There are other apps that I want to introduce and walk us through. If Grasshopper is your deal, then, yeah. If someone goes back to the Minecraft and they do a Minecraft, I want you to come and show and tell. I want you to
I actually want to try that too. Because
yeah,
I'm
find
a big
your
Minecraft
thing.
nerd.
Yeah, find your thing. Find your what makes you happy in coding and share that with us. I'm going to be all over that Scratch. I want to make me a new game. That's what I want to do. I want to make a new game in Scratch. I want to share it with you guys. And if
I'm just gonna make a random flag generator and see if you can try to guess which flag it comes from.
Okay. You want to bring that to the meeting next week? I think we should have a meeting next week too, so we can get more kids on. What do you think?
For sure, because this is a great fun experience that we could all learn from.
Absolutely. Good. I'm glad to hear you say that. Good. All right. Sorry about that. I'm interested for my daughter if she saw the link. Okay, no problem. You know what? We didn't get to get this information out, and really I'm trying to work out some kinks before the world comes in. So this was great. I wanted to get some feedback. We just promoted it a little bit and I tapped some people on the shoulder and we did a last minute, like, get on Zoom with us to see if you'd like this. And I think this is going to be a success. You can let me know if you'd like to do it again, parents, if you're on the line, if you'd like to see some programs like this continue within NBHE. I said at the beginning of this meeting that my heart's desire is to bring coding to our kids, this technology stuff to our kids. We're all at home anyway. I want them to be leaders in this space. The pandemic and the digital divide is crazy off the chain and kids are falling through the cracks like crazy. And it's my mission to make sure our kids, that doesn't happen on my watch. So that's why I'm doing and volunteering my time to do this with our kids. Whoever wants to come to the table, I'm willing to do this for as long as we need to do it. And I want them to get certificates out of this, right? I want them to get recognized for the work that they put in to this. So thank you, parents. Let's do this again next week. Miss Joyce, yes, ma'am. You have any words you'd like to say, guidance for us?
Well, I just want to say thank you all for coming on. We're looking forward to doing this more, simply because, like Miss Angela said, this tends to be the way everything is going. And I want to welcome Miss Lenina Cook on. We will have this in a replay form, and we will send a recording of this to everybody who was a part of this event today. Also, the National Black Home Educators, which is an organization that empowers parents to educate their children, we are giving a $10 Walmart gift card to anyone who invites a friend. What? And that friend shows up at the next coding event.
What?
So if you want $10, if you want $10 to go to Walmart and spend, if you invite one or even two people, and if they show up, then you will get $10 per person that shows up. Okay?
And it's a win it.
Yeah. You like that, Sebastian? Very good. So invite your friends to our next coding event. And when your friend shows up, you get $10 for each friend that shows up. Okay?
Ooh, wow. Yeah. Miss Joyce, that is bananas. Okay.
I know.
It's on.
That's my gift from Mr. Eric.
Okay, for Mr. Eric.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Parents, do you have any comments for us? Do you think this is good and worth your time? We'd like your feedback as well. I mentioned at the beginning of the call that we really want to get the parents involved as well. Have some off meeting sessions with the parents to get their involvement. Yes, Miss Melanie?
Yes, I really enjoy this. This is the only time this guy is like in his element. You know, I really have, I thought about trying to take the Google technology, but I said, I'm starting way, I usually need his support. So this is really great. He's a great helper. He used to work with the elders when they needed to change things. So I think that he could really learn from your students and also learn to share and support others. I think that's one of the things our children don't get to experience is having a helping hand nearby that looks like them. And that's the wonderful opportunity you all are providing us with. And I'm so very grateful for you. And I would love to volunteer my time. I do have some things that I'd like to bring up with the parents based on the environmental work that I've been doing. So please feel free to email me and invite me to as much as possible. Thank you.
Got you. I got your email in the chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Okay.
Be able to get it.
All right, guys. We're almost at the top of our hour. Any last comments? Any kids? Did you like this? You want to do it again? Yeah? Yeah. Layla, what you think? Yes?
For sure.
Dre? Yes? Sure. Good. Lanina, we can't see you, but you can, let's see, did you put anything? You can put in something in the chat if you'd like to. No worries. We saw, okay, yeah, I saw her message here. She said, apologies, she got the information late. That's okay. They're a little late. That's okay. We're going to do it again next week. Now, let's, the timing, Miss Joyce, I don't know if we should keep the timing or if we should push it out just a little bit. It's a little early. I have to see if I think I'm gonna have another commitment just in the beginning. Are you okay to make this like 1 o'clock after lunch? Give the kids time to get something to eat and, you know, kind of wake up a little bit. It was just a little bit.
I think we should ask the kids, is this a good time for y'all? 11 o'clock? It seems to work and the parents are there. I like that. So maybe we should just continue this for the next couple of days.
I would like the 2 weekend days. I think Saturday, I guess, fits best because probably most of us probably would have church and stuff. So
right. People get into the day around 1 o'clock. Oh Lord.
Okay. I just have another commitment I have to work out in the mornings, and we'll work around that. We'll work on that. Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for joining. This was great. I love doing this stuff and I love you learning.
Loved it.
Yes. Great.
And I'm already a level.
Hey kids, would y'all do us a favor? Kids, would y'all do us a favor? And before Miss Angela lets you go, can you type something in the comments from you, like a 1 line? I like this. Thank you, Miss Angela, Sebastian. Or let's keep doing this. Or I learned how to code. Whatever you want to write. Can you write something really, really quick in the comments? Just put a little comment from the children. I like doing this. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Got your comment, Sebastian? I don't see it.
How do I?
In the
Do you
chat?
see chat?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Like right beneath. Okay.
And parents also, our PATH, Parents as Teachers at Home, we go live on Facebook. So please watch out for our announcements there and join us because we're still rolling out more information as much as we can. We want to keep this PATH program going. I'm having a lot of fun with it and I think the parents are really benefiting. So tell your moms and dads to join us on Facebook too. We'll let you know where it is, okay? Wonderful. Thank you, kids. I'll see you guys next week. Be there, be square. Bring your friend and get $10. Don't forget, bring your friend and get $10 from Miss Joyce, Mr. Eric, okay? Hi, puppy. What's puppy's name? Thank you for being here, puppy. Kiwi. Aw, that is the cutest.
Puppy.
Thank you for bringing Kiwi. We'll see you guys next week, okay?
All righty. Bye, everybody.
Guys. Thanks for being here, Miss Joyce. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Love y'all.